Good morning and welcome back to Friday. One day I will come up with a name, folks, but not today, but one day. Anyways, yeah, it is Friday. We are going to do our paint stream, and I am going to start on the member giveaway because I have the miniatures ready, and I said I was going to do it before I went on vacation. And then I realized I've got a couple extra weeks. So we're going to get started on them today. We're probably not going to finish them, but we'll have some fun. We'll chat. We'll hang out. It'll be great. But good morning, Mages Musings. Good to see you, sir. As always. So we are working on... I have said that I will cover up to $20 worth of shipping. So if you win, it's okay. But I might ask you to pitch in a couple of bucks. We'll see. And good morning, Christopher. All right. So we are working on, I've got two projects that I've got to do. I just realized I always screw up something. So I did not turn on the top-down camera, so let's get that going. And then we'll switch over to this, and then anyways, it's weird. So let's tweak that. Anyhow, so we have winners for May and June. We've got a second win for Hungar. Niagara. Fancy. It's almost like somebody got married. All right, so we have two projects that we are going to work on. So the first one is the Hungar the Starvarian miniature, which it's ridiculous. I'm kind of excited to paint this one up. And actually, I think Nerd's Nerd had to have mixed it with something else, but overall, this is just great. It's fantastic. You can see Hungar's glasses, and he's bald. This is super great. I'm excited. And then the second one is for longtime member of the chat. He was showing up in a lot of my card tournament. Ooh, fancy. Good luck with that, sir. Anyways, VerySilentMouse, and he wanted a Mauler painted up in a scheme that I'm excited to do just because it's different. So let me find it because I want to show it off. Yeah, we're going to pop that into a window, and then we're going to present screen. Window. There we go. All right. So he wanted the Ghost Regiment, which in this case is the 9th Ghost Regiment. So a base coat of gray, so light that it appears almost white. The 9th Ghost Warriors use sand red accenting to remind them of their lives in the yakuza. They also decorate their mechs with full body designs. The 9th design is twisting branches and cherry and plum blossoms. So the one example we have is this Cyclops, and so we'll see. We'll see how well I can pull that off. But that is what he wants for the Mauler. The nice thing about it is there are lots of nice, big, flat pieces that will let me get some branches, and then we'll come in with some pinks to do the blossoms, and it'll be interesting. But I'm excited for that, so we're gonna put that there. I'm going to force myself to use this paint handle, so let's see. So we're gonna put Hungar on that one. So I got two handles going on. All right, now there's also going to be a lot of turning around because I am going on vacation, but I am going to take my paints with me, and so they're all packed up. So let's start with this. All right, first up, where's that dark gray? All right, so we're going to start with some dark. I'm going to start with the battle mech. Because actually no. I'm going to start with Hungar. So let's do this. Some people would prepare ahead of time. That is not how things roll here at Gaming with ADHD. And Christopher, I'm with you. I hope Hungar is okay. I think he is. I could have sworn he responded in some stream at some point. So, like I said, I think he is okay. Unfortunately, I do not have first-hand experience to confirm that. All right, so luckily, as a barbarian, we're just going to need a lot of flesh tone on the Hungar. Let's see. Let's refocus that. And I wasn't quite sure what base to put him on, so I opted for... Technically, it's a 3D printed, Japanese garden. I just realized we've kind of got a theme going on today by doing that. But I figured that would be fun, and then I wouldn't have to actually glue sand and all that kind of stuff for basing. It's lately I've been a fan of just 3D printing and then I just got to paint the base, and it's way easier. Hey, Nerd! I was gonna message you regarding the figure that I am currently working on. So couple of things. The axe is very thin. Also, the sword. So, I would recommend that you tweak the file a little bit and thicken both of those up. because I am a bit worried about their durability. And then in the pre-supported version, for some reason, there are 2 copies of the figure. And at least on my printer, on the build plate, it throws up an error saying, oh, it's too big, and you can't split it and delete it. Or delete the extra one. So, but luckily so I figured out my problem with supporting figures. I was using Chitubox Pro, but apparently Chitubox Basics is just like way better. So anyways, otherwise, I mean, this figure is a lot more fun than I was expecting. There is a lot of exposed Hungar skin. I mean, I realize it's a barbarian, but there's a lot of exposed Hungar skin. Hey, Nerdy Ogre. What's up, buddy? So yeah, not like complaints. Kim will say that they are, but you know, just things I'm a wee bit concerned about. But otherwise, I mean, it printed just fine. All right. Let's let Hungar dry. That's true. The Beastmaster, there was a lot of exposed flesh there as well. All right. I'm going to try this. I have no idea if this is going to work, but we're going to try this. So, since the Ghost Regiment has the almost white color to it, I'm going to try putting some Nerdy Ogre. That was a horrible joke. I applaud you for it, but it was horrible. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some of that dark warm gray and do almost a wash with it. Basically get in a lot of the cracks and grooves, because then I'm going to come back over and I'm going to do a fairly heavy dry brush And for the record, I'm going to be going back and forth between the miniatures. So I have a feeling I'm going to need to be letting things dry. Alright, that is not quite working how I want. So we'll keep experimenting. Hey, Kazar Scout. Yeah, so what I am doing today. Welcome, by the way. I don't recognize your username, so I'm assuming you're new here. So at the beginning of the year, I decided that I wanted to turn on memberships, and I wanted to do, but I didn't really have anything to give members of the channel. Like, I don't really upload stuff early. Like, chances are, if I've uploaded a video, it was recorded like within a couple of hours of whenever it went live. All right, so this totally did not work for how I wanted it, but we're still gonna try it. And like the membership on this, it's $2 a month. I literally named it the tip jar. And then essentially most of the funds just go right back, because then I do a monthly giveaway where I will pick somebody who is a member at the beginning of the month, and I will 3D print and I will paint a miniature for them. And so this particular figure is for VerySilentMouse, who's a longtime friend of the channel. And I think he's actually a member because of Hungar. A lot of people are members because of Hungar. Thank you, Hungar. And anyway, so he won for June, and he asked me to paint him a battle mech. So that's what we're doing. I have a feeling this primer did not get on quite right. So I don't think I thinned the paint that much. Anyhow, so good morning, Mundo. But yeah, but it's been fun. We've actually got some past winners in the chat. Mundo and From the Hilt both won previously. From the Hilt technically won twice, but he gave it to Hungar because Hungar is a good dude. And he gifts a lot of memberships, so he wanted to make sure that he got one. And then when Hungar, actually had his name drawn, he wanted the official Hungar the Starvarian miniature painted. And I mean, who am I to say no? It looks like a... Oh, you're talking like because of the like mouse ears. Okay, I'm like, what do you mean it looks like a mouse, weirdo? Hey, Curtis. Yes, winners get to pick so you get to pick what you want printed, I will do my best to find an appropriate miniature. I reserve the right to make a substitution. Like, technically, this is a different Mauler than I had originally proposed to VerySilentMouse, but I actually like it better. So, you know, I think that's an upgrade. And it also kind of depends, like why did I take that off? I have my 2 handles. I don't need to swap it out. So yeah, that's completely his choice. I might have a female barbarian. I'll message you later, Mundo. I'll message you later, and we can look at my library in my mini factory. There's got to be one. I did a bunch of Titan Forge and Cyber Forge, and I've got a bunch of other stuff. So chances of a female barbarian are pretty high. It'll just take some digging to find it. Nerds Nerd, if you win, no. So if you ever watch the giveaway videos where I actually do the drawing, I lay out all the rules. And the rule is essentially a 28 millimeter figure. So yes, a battle mech is a bit taller, but essentially something in this size range. So if you pick a battle mech or smaller, that is acceptable. A 3-foot Cthulhu is not. Although I applaud your efforts. I mean, I probably have something. And I've been like, okay, I apologize because this is gonna sound like shilling, and I don't really want to do that, but it's an idea that I've had. And so some fan feedback would be great on this. So, an idea that I had, because again, I only have the 1 membership tier. So, I had an idea that instead, or adding a higher tier, so like a $5 or a $10 tier, and essentially the only difference is if you win, then you can get a bigger miniature. So like at a $10 tier, I do like I'm still not doing a 3-foot tall Cthulhu. This is not happening. I don't even have a printer that could do a 3-foot tall Cthulhu. But I could do like a Space Marine Dreadnought sized model if you were at the $10 tier, or I could do like something in between there, or like a small squad or something at a $5 tier. Now a small squad would be like a $10. That would have to be like a $10 tier. Anyways, so that's kind of a theory. Okay, Nerdy Ogre, I hate to just stomp on your idea because it's not necessarily a bad idea, but I mean essentially it's a battle mech that's just painted silver. Now, I would probably use this, my favorite dark silver. Actually, no, I'm gonna keep that there so that it's all, ready to pack up. Wait, is the DeLorean a great idea or my membership tier a great idea? Like, the downside to it is that it doesn't give you any extra chances to win. Just a bigger model if you do. So, anyhow. But yeah, I meant to go live last night. I couldn't figure out what to talk about though. And then my son and his wife came over, or wanted to come over, and basically gave my cool wiring and a flux capacitor. Maybe. Anyways, essentially my Father's Day present was they came over and played a game with me. Oh, holy crap, I completely missed like half of Hungar's right arm. So, anyways, but that was good. Actually, we DeLorean lamb because of the gull wings. From the Hilt radio. Cool. Yeah, I need to get back. I need to, like, the problem is, like, when I do live streams on my channel, I don't get a ton of traction because, so, well, let me rephrase that. So, like, my Monday, Friday, I get a decent amount of traction because I've been doing it. But also, like, I essentially took a break, and so I haven't gotten as much traction lately when I've been doing it. So but with Bear canceling the 4-color cafe and you know, the fact that I've been needing to do it, I want to, like, I don't think anyone else really does Thursday night for a stream. So I've kind of got it staked out. I just need to do it. So needless to say, I was planning to do it yesterday, but kids. So anyways, so eventually look for me to get my act together and I'll do a Thursday stream. It was a vertical. What is a like? I don't know what do you mean by it was a vertical? I don't know what I'm. Look, he may not be a kid anymore, but he's still my kid. Oh. No. I mean, like, I've gone live while I was driving a couple of times. That was fun. I actually did like that. It was mixed result, but I haven't done anything with shorts in like a year. They're a lot of work and not a ton of return. Oh. So okay. So vertical live goes into the shorts feed instead of the regular feed. Okay. Weird. Which I guess makes sense and probably pulls in different people because it's being broadcast to the shorts feed. I have not tried it, but I should probably look into it. The problem is, like, I've been bad about doing live streams, so that's my biggest thing. Is I just need to get the Thursday, the regular thing. And then we can try some other experiments, because that's the thing, is like when I have interviews, I want to have more regular audience in the chat. So I have to work on that. Hungar, you are ripped, dude. Anyways, so kids came over last night. We played a new to us game called Canvas, which is a card crafting game. And it was interesting because essentially, like, it has a very Dixit feel to it. And then I knew there was something else. And as I'm sitting here thinking about it, it came to me, and it's also kind of a Tokaido feel to it. So Tokaido, we jokingly kind of call the Zen, the board game. Because it's really chill. You are like, there's not a lot of, like, there's getting in people's way, but there's not really like a lot of, like, take that mechanic. And essentially it's just journeying along a road. But it's really chill and we really like it. And then Dixit is kind of this story game where you with all these like goofy art cards that are very like French Impressionist or something. It's, you just have to see the cards. And anyway, so Canvas, you are building 3 cards. And you start with like a background card, and then you quote unquote buy these like clear cards that you then layer on top. And it's like there's only 2 kinds of actions you can do on your turn. and you only do one of them. So you can take a nuclear card, or you can take exactly 3 of the clear cards in your hand, and you put them in the card sleeve that's around the background card, and that completes your painting. So you're doing that 3 times. But it's just really chill, nice and relaxed. And we had a lot of fun with it. What was interesting is that we started, well, so there's the game, and then there's 2 expansions, which we accidentally bought the expansions before buying the base game. And then when I was reading through the rules, like, it was like, okay, well, we'll play the base game and then we can add in the expansions. It's like, nope, this is easy enough. I'm just gonna smush it all together, like, from the get-go. And we all learned it. It was pretty easy, and it was fun. So I will have to get an actual review done, because I've been a slacker there too. But yeah, and then basically you win by points, because all of the art cards have different symbols on the bottom. The different symbols match like goal cards, and then, you know, if you meet the goals, then you get these little ribbons, and then based on the number of ribbons you have, you'll score points. So, and I won, which is fine, because it was my Father's Day present, and so I deserve to win, right? Right? Sure. How's it coming so far, Hungar? And Nerds Nerd, if you're still here, how did you do this? I mean, I'm not saying 3D sculpting isn't in your skill set, but I'm kind of guessing that it's not. Hey, you're wrong. I mean, you're wrong. That's one way to think about it. But that would be from my wife, not my son. My son came over and played board games with me. I'm actually going to give this more of a brass look, so more gold. I figure put a layer of bronze down first. Oh. All right. Good luck, Mage. Have fun. And you're a dork. So you did sculpt it yourself. I mean, starting with existing files and upgrading. I mean, that. Let's be honest. That is a time-honored tradition. There is nothing wrong with that. It's like I sort of assumed that you like took parts and just kind of squished them together in Mesh Mixer or something. But if you've got the chops to, actually get in and sculpt some of it yourself, that's awesome. Lately, I just feel too lazy to learn new skill sets, so I'm just gonna keep going where I'm at. Like, I think I'm getting better. I've got some better brush control. Sometimes though, just the idea of like, oh, I need to learn this program, I need to learn that program, is just like, I'm tired. Of course, that could just be the 3D printer fumes getting to me. Because I do have that running. Yeah, no, dude. Chris, you are not wrong. And let's just say that there's some stuff that I need to learn that I've been a slacker on. All right. Because I want to, I'm going to give Hungar some bronze glasses. These will not get touched up with gold paint. Figure a barbarian with glasses doing like black plastic rims would not quite look right. But in a fantasy setting, some bronze, steampunky looking or something. All right, we'll need to touch up some skin. All right.
I need to get back to that battle mech. Just kind of hit a groove with Hungar, so. Oh, I swear, it feels like this thing did not get any primer on it. And I prime very heavily. So either I didn't shake it up enough, I did something else wrong. All right, where's that dark gray again? So luckily, since we're technically only halfway through April, if I don't get these done today, I will do them. I will finish them 2 weeks from now. I use something. Give me a second. Let me. I know I've shown it before, but give me a second. A friend of mine who used to paint professionally, this is what she recommended. So this is what I use. You can pick it up at O'Reilly Auto Parts. O'Reilly.
Auto parts?
Yes. That's what I just said. But this time it just feels like it. Like it didn't take. And like I said, I prime very heavy. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Tucson.
Tanner probably has work.
Not till this afternoon.
I'm going to be gone until 8.
Ethan. Hold on, folks. Seriously. Apparently, it's a catastrophe for me to decide who drives my cars. Some people's children. Christopher, what are you jingling? Oh. Okay. Yeah, Curtis, I know I shouldn't be. Doesn't mean I don't. Shame the streamer for doing it wrong. I mean, that's fair. No, but I have like a box that the monsters come in because I buy them by the case. It's cheaper. And so I rotate. So I spray across each side. I'm probably less than 6 inches away. And I try to not kill too much detail when I do it. Anyways, but regardless, I did something wrong because the paint doesn't seem to be grabbing as well today. The only thing I can think of is the primer. Because I've painted plenty of 3D models, so. All right, let's. All right, we're going to do a little bit of mixing. This has been interesting.
instead of like changing tone with white, lately I've been using ivory, and I think I like it better. Just something about it. I think gets the tone a bit more to the consistency that I want. I just find it interesting that I'm using ivory instead of white. So all right. Oh, and also, Curtis, as far as shaming me, it's amateur painting time for a reason. Primary being, I'm not very good at it, and I'm probably doing it wrong. But I'm also okay with that. Like, I could be super worried about it. Or I could just get it done. And lately, I'm much more excited about just getting miniatures done. I mean, I want them to look nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say just like slop the paint on and call it good. But I'd rather have adequate miniatures that are finished than stress about great miniatures that ain't even close. Oh, that's what I want. We're going to use some bright neutral gray for Hungar's beard and hair. Because, to say Hungar looks like Santa Claus would be an understatement. See you, Budo. Nerd's nerd. I chant the mantra of poorly painted is better than not painted the entire time a brush is in my hand. I agree with that to a point. Like, if it's your first model and you're just getting started, there's no shame in whatever you produce. If it's your 10th model and you're trying to be better, not necessarily that you are there, but that you know, see ya, Christopher. If you're trying to be better, that's good too. Like, even for me, like, I like to say that I've kind of found a level that I'm okay with, and I just kind of stick to it. But I've also noticed that I'm still trying to improve my quality. Yeah, I think it was in my last stream where I said, it's like, you know, I'm kind of tempted to go to Adepticon and actually take some paint classes. Like, just sit down, pick a category, and learn something. Thanks, Christopher. So I just figure if you are trying to learn and trying to improve, then that's great. But if you're '20th model, looks like your 10th model, looks like your first model, you know, come on, be better. Like this. This is a perfect example, and it totally does not come out well in the light. I was saying, you should be always trying to be better, and like, I saw something. I was just like flipping through like Facebook videos, and somebody was painting something, and they were just doing a whole bunch of these just like tiny brushes or brush strokes, and like I've seen people do it before, but I was always just like, ugh. But for some reason, with Hungar's beard and hair, figured, you know what? Let's try it a little bit. It's okay. I mean, I'm still gonna wash it, so I'll probably lose some of the white. Oh, this is funny. All right. Set that back over there. And all right. All right, we're going to try a couple layers of dry brush.
See if that works for the battle mech. Alright, so bright neutral gray. I'm doing the bright neutral gray, and then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to try and do a finer dry brush of just white. So that it's still kind of gray, but even the hard edges are even a little more and I'm trying to not just paint this and have it kill the darker gray layer. Yeah, I'm actually going for more like that, where kind of the intersection that intersection picks up the gray, but then still kind of leaves some around the recessed area.
Okay. So what happened is family member purchased a car, so we just have to get them the cash. But we have, so we have to reach out because we already have the title and it's signed there. On title, yes, but as far as
Thanks, Hungar.
money, my grandpa paid paint it so we can get title and name and get my grandma.
I might have to go quiet in a minute to help the boy, but we'll see. He's getting pretty good at doing grown-up stuff.
Well, the title.
But I think I'm just going to get the dry brush done. And then put a pause on it. And we'll finish it up in 2 weeks. Okay. At this point, I need to take a break. I think I'm sitting too close to the 3D printer fumes. So, we got a good start. We're going to have to lighten it up at least one more layer with some white, dry brush, and then probably going to wash it first and then go in and do the detail work. Because again, it's got to have the branches and the cherry blossoms, which cherry blossoms will be easy, little pink dots, you know. But I'm also going to do a little bit of research on that. So we're there with the battle mech, and we're there with Hungar. Come back. Well, okay. I'm going to try and do paint streams from California. We'll see how well it works. But I'm not taking these with me because I don't want to risk damage to them. So I'm just going to take my stuff. So next week, I will try doing some live streams to do some painting and hang out with y'all. I'm also going to try and get some videos recorded and uploaded before I go. So yeah, a lot of combination of things going on. So with that said, thank you very much for hanging out. I am going to go, but you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching, folks.